Anime trope. It's one of those things that people can enjoy, if well executed. But there are a few that, in my opinion, tend to be overused or just don't sit well with me. I'm not considered myself a heavy anime watcher. However, I watch enough anime to have a collection of most disliked tropes. School romance. I might be in the minority here, but I've never been a fan of romance anime, where the characters are young and still in school. It just doesn't appeal me, and it often feels too unrealistic. I know there are many popular anime in this genre, but they don't attract me at all. I think anime studios should create more romance series with grown-up characters. The ship that never sails. Don't you just hate it when there's a potential romantic relationship that never happened? The ship just never sets sail. I really dislike this trope. I don't know why some authors choose to go this route. They tease a connection between A and B, but then A and B never end up together. Family love. This is one of the weirdest anime tropes out there, and I really dislike it. I've seen a lot of anime that follow this trope, and it just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know, maybe this is a common thing in Japan, who knows. Clingy siblings. Another weird anime trope is clingy siblings. Sometimes it's fine because of good execution, but often it's just unbearable. Like when Oni-san is obsessed with her Ototo, or when Imoto is overly obsessed with Oni-san. Loud characters. In most action anime, there's always that one character who is constantly shouting, or has an excessively loud voice. A prime example is Zenitsu from Kimetsu no Yaiba. Whenever he starts shouting, I just fast forward the video. Power of friendship. Imagine being a villain who trains non-stop and becomes incredibly strong, only to be defeated by a weaker guy who has the power of friendship. I never like this trope. When it comes to the power of friendship, I immediately think about Fairy Tail. I like the anime, but the way the MC defeats villains with the power of friendship is kinda lame to me. Open ending. Don't you just hate it when a manga ends with so much unresolved plot, and so many unanswered questions? Like the relationship between the MC and FMC never happens, and it leaves you feeling unsatisfied. It makes me wonder why some authors choose this trope. Perhaps they're afraid of backlash from a conclusive ending, so they think it's better to leave it open. Cringe MC. When it comes to cringe, one name immediately comes to mind. Kazooie from Rent-a-Girlfriend anime. Everything about this guy literally screams cringe. If it weren't for FMC, I would never watch this series. Overpowered MC who got transferred into isekai. I feel like most isekai anime follow this trope, and maybe because there are so many of them, I've started to dislike it. Most of the time, the MC is just bland with no in-depth character development. I can't even recall any good isekai nowadays. Except for this peak. And that's my list of disliked anime tropes. Out of these lists, which one do you think is the worst? Also, if you have any more disliked anime tropes, feel free to drop it in the comment below. Thanks for watching guys, see you again in the next video.